Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the More Flow, Less Friction podcast. Glad to be here. We're just getting fired up. We are going live right now. Ash and I, Ash Liberty. What's up, Ash?
Hey, what's up? Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to our show today. We're going to talk about iHercules and the spike protein. I'm super pumped about this. I'm going to give our little introduction here, and I got it written over your side, so I'll be looking off the side while I read this because this is my new one. I don't have it memorized yet, and we'll jump right into it. But what's up, everybody? Thanks for showing up. I appreciate everyone being here. This is the More Flow, Less Friction podcast, and this show isn't about hustling, grinding harder, or fixing yourself like you're broken, because you're not. This is a space to slow down, wake up, and remember how life is supposed to feel. We talk about friction that drains energy, the flow that brings it back to yourself. And boy, this iHercules does it, let me tell you. And the small, real shifts that change everything, starting with the God, the mind, the body, your life. This will switch your life, your business, your faith. I just said about truth. This is no hype, no mask, and I like to swear sometimes, so this is no bullshit. Just a real conversation to help you move better, think clearer, live truer, and get back to alignment with who you are, who you're created to be. And if you're tired of forcing life, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. This is More Flow, Less Friction. Hi, Ash. What's up? Thanks
Hi,
for
Scoot.
joining the
Thanks for
podcast.
having me. I agree with you. We're in toxic soup and we are like overstimulated as a society. We are exhausted. We are disconnected from even our own bodies. We are inundated with frequencies, 5G, and this Wi-Fi, and we are poisoned through so many modalities. It's time to slow down, reconnect with our body, reconnect with God, and kind of take authority back over our lives.
Amen. I absolutely agree. I was just thinking the other day, like, wow, I was thinking through this process of what I've been going through and like everything I've been going through myself, looking at this. First of all, everyone's waking up. And it's slowly happening here, how much we're being poisoned through our soils, through our waters, through our food. The food's unbelievable through this 5G, right? And I was thinking the other day, it's just about, it's God first, and then it's your family, and then it's being a creator, because you were created in God's image. Which God do? What did he do when the first thing he did was create? And he said, be in my image. So we're creators, and we got to get back to this, our heart and soul, and what we do, everyone's a creator in their way. You could just be a creator raising your family, and that's how you create, right? And then the final stage of that is to just get your health, and because you cannot do none of that stuff if you do not get your health. That foundation is the health. And we're being
Absolutely.
so robbed of that right now. It's sickening. It's absolutely sickening. And I believe there's an awakening happening, and I believe that it's going to happen. And I believe there's a future. As much as you think it looks like so dim and grim and things are going to collapse, and they are collapsing, but when things collapse, that's the rise of the rebuild, and I know this iHercules. I know for a fact because I was a little skeptical in the beginning when I started this, because I did pray to God because I was at the lowest point of my life, and I found you and Julia McCoy. My earphone keeps falling out, son of a gun. That, oh my gosh, and what had happened. And let's talk about that real quick before we go into some of the stuff we're going to talk about. Or I'm sorry, if you have more to say on that, go ahead. But
No, I mean, I'm in agreement with you. We're just everyone knows something's not right, and I think RFK said the other day, 71% of Americans have a chronic illness now, of all age groups. Like, that's not normal, guys. Like, this is not normal. It's time for a paradigm shift. Like, the old way has to crumble because we have to build a new way out of this mess.
absolutely, we have to. That's just what has to happen right now, and it will happen. I believe it in my heart of hearts. It's just, let's hurry up this process because we need to. Like, we need to be healthy people. I just watched this thing on YouTube the other day, and it was this dude that the first time this tribe was ever found in the jungle, like that stuff still exists, and they made contact with them, and they were hostile at first, but these people lived to like 120 years old. It's because they have not been inundated with any of this stuff, you know what I mean? And it's just crazy. So it just blows my mind. But I want to just give an introduction for both me and you, a quick introduction, just because in case people don't know us. And I'll tell them, I'll start. And that, so I kind of touched on it there a second ago. I was in a skiing accident back in November it's been 2 Novembers ago now. I severed up to that point, I'd caught COVID like 2 times, and up to that skiing accident, that set the stage for everything going forward. I was totally like had long-term COVID. I would brain fog every day, sick. I couldn't, oh my God, I think I was having heart attacks. And then I had a skiing accident which severed a nerve in my leg, gave me drop foot, and then I caught a blood clot from the surgery, which really then realized down the road is that someone I was dating at the time told me, you have medical PTSD. So it created all this crazy anxiety in me. It was unbelievable. I came from a background of a hardcore motocross guy who lived on the edge and didn't believe in all this anxiety stuff and all this. But anyhow, I don't want to keep this going too crazy long, but I also started taking Eliquis because I was on this blood clot, or had this blood clot, and it just destroyed. It doesn't happen to a lot of people, but some it do. If it happens to you, comment below our video here on YouTube and let us know, because this iHercules is, I'm about to tell you, like really helped this, and it created really bad stuff in my stomach. And so jump ahead, I just was to the emergency room over and over again, just in crazy anxiety. And I started to pray. I come back to God and started to pray, down on my knees, crying, dozen times in the emergency room. And our friend Julie McCoy, I don't even remember how it happened. It was just like a hand of God got me in contact with her, which got me in contact with you. And you were like, Scoob, you got to get on this iHercules. You got to get on it. We jumped on a call. I bought it right away, jumped right on it. And I don't keep track. I've been sober now for, my kids all this time say, why don't you keep track of time? I was like, because I don't want to know how long I've been sober. So I don't keep track of how long. I think it's been almost 2 months now since I bought it from you, the iHercules. And here's the biggest thing I can say for myself right now, the testimonial I can give. Up and just till about a week ago, the stomach was still giving me all kinds of problems, but it has so dissipated in the last week. I'm down to, like, my stomach would just growl and go crazy and be out of control and make me so sick. It has come down way, way, way down. And the anxiety, one of the biggest things, well, two things, the brain fog that I had tremendously, tremendously bad has gone, like, it's pretty much gone. It actually is gone. And what was the last thing I was going to touch on there? The stomach just, the anxiety, that was it. The anxiety, I just can't believe. And then when I seen that we had a conversation before that this iHercules helped with trauma release and anxiety and stuff, it blew my mind, because I'm like, what? My anxiety has just kind of gone away. Like, and it's, it's a mix of just because I started feeling better and this stuff's gone, and the things that would kick that in weren't there to kick it in anymore. And that's where I'm at right now. I feel so amazing. I feel so much better. And I'm just, and I got two things coming up I just want to touch on so people know. In that time frame, they did find an RCA valve in my heart that has a 50 to 70% blockage, and they found an descending aortic aneurysm that was like 3.8 centimeters or 9. I'm going to go get them checked on February 10th, and I'm going to report back. Yes. And I can't wait, because I'm really anxious to see, what report I get back, because of a lot of people talking about some of the times that, like your husband, you told me before, blockage is being completely removed out of the heart,
Absolutely. Yeah. He had a 90% blockage, 99% in his LAD artery, and he had a stent put in, and it was the wildest thing. He went and got his blood work done after he started taking the quantum spray, and his cardiologist assistant called after the blood work and said, we want to ask you a few questions. What are you doing? They said, your lipid panel's perfect. Everything looks so good. The numbers were perfect. And they were like, whatever you're doing, please just continue to do it. They didn't even follow through with the stress test that he had scheduled. And like, he's fine. He feels amazing. And yeah. And so anxiety and depression there's three things that can happen. First of all, that's a lot of brain inflammation. And it's gut dysbiosis. So when your gut is dysregulated, your 80% of your serotonin is created in your gut. So if you have leaky gut, we're eating high, processed seed oils and crap food, which is food-like products. We're not even eating food, a lot of it. And that stops that serotonin production. So we don't even get it to our brain. So we become anxious and we become depressed. It's not our fault. It's medical. Like, it's literally a medical problem.
Yeah.
The gut is the second brain. And another thing is like you said, you got COVID multiple times, and
Yes.
COVID creates that spike protein in the body. And when that spike protein gets in the body, man, it starts attacking the nervous system, and it will keep you in fight or flight. Could you cue up that video, Scoob? That would
Oh
be
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's the
first
very
one.
first one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This,
let's watch this video. This is a very good video. Ready to go.
yep.
Here we go.
Intestinal tracts and blood vessels.
All right, I'm
ACE2
starting from
protein.
the beginning.
I have to
There we
start
go.
it
The
over.
ACE2 receptor exists in abundance on the surface of our heart, lung, liver, kidney, gastrointestinal tracts, and blood vessels. ACE2 proteins are critical to our body's enzymatic functions. They influence blood flow to the organs. Spike proteins are pathogens that get into our blood and attack these ACE2 receptors. They gain access to the inside of our human cells, where they replicate uncontrollably. When these pathogenic spike proteins connect with our ACE2 receptors in our organs, it reduces our enzymatic functions. Damage can occur quickly to our heart, lungs, intestines, blood vessels, and brains. This damage can result in brain fog, disease, blood clots, strokes, myocarditis, and even death. Now comes God's miracle. Introducing iHercules spray, which among many other profoundly powerful plants contains astragalus, parsley, and turmeric, which have been shown in studies to inhibit the spike protein from attaching itself to our ACE2 receptors, thus protecting our bodies from harm. This is likely why people feel profoundly better when using iHercules spray regularly. By making iHercules spray part of your lifestyle, you can assist your body in protecting itself against these and many other pathogens.
Awesome.
Wow,
ACE
that is so awesome. Yeah,
Isn't that
And that's
awesome?
yeah, that's so awesome. I didn't even realize that we just loaded that video up here right before me and you jumped on. I've never seen that video before, and that's just amazing what that does. Now, let me ask a question that popped up during that. So if it's already attached to spike protein, then it does also keep it from attaching,
Correct.
And then once it's attached, it eliminates it.
It eliminates it.
Just
So it's wild. So this spray starts to get into the body, and it's molecular plants. That's all it
Yeah.
is. And it opens up our microcirculation and allows the body to rid itself of heavy metals, parasites, microplastics, mold and mycotoxins, the spike protein, candida, glyphosate. I mean, I could go on and on. Like in 4 months, you have all new blood. So the life cycle of a blood cell is 4 months. And
Yeah.
this is a completely natural spray. Like it is literally molecular plants. And it rids your body of pathogens, including the spike. And that's why your brain fog is starting to go away, because you had spike in that brain, and so did I. And it's attacking your heart. It is attacking my husband's heart. Like it depends on, everyone's different. Some people are having serious gut problems. Some people are having bad nervous system problems. Some people are having sleep issues. It's all, guys, like we have to get to the root cause and get it out of the body. And this spray does that.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly right. And everyone's being affected completely. Like, and it can be completely different ways. I mean, some of the stronger ones, I guess is the word to use, or whatever, is it's the heart. We're seeing a lot of people being affected in the heart. Of course, this brain fog is absolutely one of the big ones. I mean, almost everybody talks about. What's funny to me is I just popped into my brain, and I'll say this, like when I go to the doctor, like I went in the other day, no one wants to really, like, I'm a talker, so I bring it up and I say it, right? And then when I'm waiting with the nurse is waiting on me. If they either go two ways. Either they'll start just spewing, talking about it, like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. They're having their own problems, right? Mm-hmm. And then you realize, like, oh my gosh, like it makes you aware that everybody is going through all kinds of stuff right now, and it's because of all this bullshit,
Yeah.
That's been happening to all of us. A big one is this spike protein.
Yeah.
No
one's talking about it. No one's talking about it. It's this huge elephant in the room that's absolutely a genocide, and no one's talking about it.
No one's talking about it. Yeah.
Mm-mm. They wonder why they've got massive high blood pressure, tachycardia, brain fog. They're tired all the time. Their anxiety is out of the roof. They are just, something's wrong. And what it is we have all been exposed to this spike. It can be You don't have to have had any type of injection. You can get
Yes.
spiked from talking to someone, being in close proximity. This is studied, guys. This is not, this is
Just pulled out of the air. Yeah.
no, I didn't pull this out of the air. Anecdotal. That's the word I was looking
Yeah,
for. It's
yeah.
not anecdotal. This is studied. It is true. So every one of us has some measure of spike protein, and if it gets above 1,000 units with our blood, we're going to have organ involvement. It's just that simple.
It's just that simple. Yeah. And so, and that's like you going back to, it's funny. I look back and I think to myself, like you can follow your gut on this. Like there's so many times I follow my gut. Like I never had the vax. To me, it doesn't matter what you did or whatever. Who cares anymore? What it's about is getting us all back to being good. Yeah. But I would notice things like, man, it seemed like when I was around in these crowds or things, and my gut would tell me something going on. I feel worse. I get sick, and I basically say that to mean like what you just said there. This has been proven now. It's not nothing woo woo out in the air. Like you're catching these spike proteins off of people that have the COVID, all just being in the proximity, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And, it's interesting. We have another video if you could cue it up. So I want to explain who this is. This is a woman that I know personally, have met, and she's 77 years old. She's been on this quantum spray for 6 years, and her health, she's getting younger. She's reverse aging. Her body is in such pristine condition, and she's been able to avoid all this by protecting herself with the spray. So if you want to play that, her name is Care.
What's her name?
Care. K-A-R-E. Yeah, isn't that cool?
That's awesome. I love that name.
I know.
Here we go.
I have been using iHercules for 3 years. I have a whole new body. Honest to God. This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I've been in natural healing and energy medicine more than 50 years. My vascular system, I had a sonogram 2 weeks ago, and my lymph nodes are open and clean. My blood vessels are big and open and beautiful. I have absolutely no plaque in my veins, and I'm 75. And I used to be in a wheelchair, and I can walk with no pain. My blood work is perfect. My hair is natural color. I've lost 50 pounds. I just keep getting younger. And that's what this does. What they say, in 3 years, you have a whole new body. It's true. This is the best thing you can do for yourself. And it takes the place of all the other stuff I've been doing all these years. This is good. This is the best thing you can do for yourself.
Wow, what a testimonial.
Isn't that awesome?
That is so awesome.
I know.
That's so
awesome. I
awesome.
Love it. I hear this every day, Scoop. Like
I know.
Every day.
I know. I see now that I'm on the iHercules myself, and I created my group, and we're in a couple of chats together. I'm seeing like it's just blowing my mind the testimonials that come through like this, and I see them coming to you, and I love what you, like we said earlier, like no one's talking about the spike protein.
No.
And so I threw a couple questions here together. Let's go through them.
Sure.
Let's see here. So here's the first one. What do you think gets misunderstood the most right out of the gate about the spike protein?
That people that didn't take the vaccine don't have it. It's been proven. You can get it through an exosomes through the breath. Yeah. You can get it through an injection. You can get it through sex with a person that's had the spike infected.
Yeah.
And, you can get your levels tested through LabCorp for $69. You can get the SARS-CoV-2 antibody test.
Yeah.
And you'd be really surprised, guys. You'd be really surprised if you've got high blood pressure, if you feel like something's wrong, if you've got these symptoms. You and I have talked about this on this live.
Yep.
You probably have elevated spike, and you really need to address it. And this spray would be the most natural way to do it. That is going to be a lifestyle from the rest of my life. Like, I can't take a chance for my family. Even my dogs are on it. It is totally healthy and totally natural. So that's the biggest misunderstanding, is that, no, I don't have it because I'm not jabbed. Yes, you do.
Yeah, exactly. And you told me one time before, I think the spike protein, if you get that from LabCorp, if it's over 1,000 is where you're going to see the symptoms.
That's it. If your markers come back over 1,000, you're going to see symptoms. You're going to have symptoms, and you're going to have possibly even organ involvement. I think mine is at 800. When I started with the spray a year ago, it was at 2,800. So I'm under the marker now for having any type of involvement. I had brain involvement, with POTS. I had the heart and all that.
Yeah.
My son started out at 6,000 when he started the spray, and he's at 2,800 now. So he's come down a long way. He's got a long way to go. He was very, very injured from COVID, never jabbed, but he did have the swab up the nose.
Yeah.
Super injured because of some motocross brain problems prior to that. That COVID went right to the brain, but he's a lot better. But everybody should get their spike levels checked.
Yeah, everyone. I think, yeah, you're right. My cat just showed up. Sorry.
Cool.
It was Twixie.
Oh, he's cute. He's
Twixie.
cute.
Just
Hey.
every time I'm sitting here, just rolls right in with me. So
I
she's
love
gonna
it.
hang out. She's gonna hang out for the podcast. Yeah,
Nice.
believe me, I understand the moto thing because I'm a motocross racer myself. So yes, I know that same thing. I've had some of the same injuries. All right, Twix, we got to get down here.
That's
bro.
why COVID's dangerous for people who are extreme sports, because if they've had TBIs, your blood-brain barrier has already been compromised from TBIs, and COVID will go right to where you're weak.
Yeah.
And if someone's had autoimmune, man, it's a bioweapon.
But I know it so stinks. But we have the answer. We have the
Right,
thing.
we
That's
do.
right. And we do. And what I love about it too is I'm sitting here thinking, this is just one thing. We're talking about spike protein right now. This will bring you down to a base where you can start. Then it'll start working on all the other things,
Yep.
which we'll do in another time, another podcast. But I'll just say quickly, like we said, microplastics, which are terrible and wiping our tons of stuff. I mean, they're finding it in our hearts now, little pieces in our hearts. It's not good. So but let's jump into the next question. So why do you think blood flow and circulation are such a missing piece in most health conversations?
Because what happens, the method of destruction from the spike is vascular. So the spike exacerbates something called microclots. And so that's thick coagulated blood. And that is the actual issue at hand here. So people have sticky blood. If you go to a phlebotomist now, or you go to LabCorp and you ask them, say, do you have trouble getting blood out of people's arms? They're like, yeah, people's blood isn't moving.
Yeah.
It's sticky. And, the before and after we've seen from people that do live blood analysis shows that the blood is moving beautifully after being on the spray, but people's blood is clogged up and it's affecting their blood pressure. It's affecting their heart, everything.
And it reminds me, like when I had bad injury skiing, one of the things I did, if you combine this iHercules with grounding also proves through blood tests that you will literally, your blood will be clumpy. You go ground, just take your shoes off. This is why people love to be at the beach. They don't understand why they feel so good. It's because you get your shoes off and your blood becomes oily and it's not sticky
Love
anymore.
it.
And
So
I've been taking the iHercules and then grounding, and it's just
love it.
double awesome results,
Yep.
All right. So from your perspective, how does supporting the body differ from trying to fight or attack something in the body? Does that make sense?
This supports the body this is literally created for us. So these are God's molecules from 44 plants across the world. And these were this is God's creation with nothing added.
Yeah.
So our body, bioavailable would be an understatement. So when you take, let's say, a turmeric or a glutathione or something supplement, your body can use it, but it's got fillers. We don't know where it's sourced from. The body is so intelligent. It's almost like, okay, so for instance, when you plant a seed, if you put the seed in your mouth and cover it with saliva and bury it, that plant will grow intelligent to what your deficiencies are and actually provide you with nutrition based on your saliva that you didn't even know. I mean, gosh,
okay.
the intelligence of life is so amazing.
Oh,
And
I know.
when a mom breastfeeds a baby, when the spit from the baby touches a mother's breast, the breast milk will actually calibrate to what the baby's deficient in. And it's the same thing for this spray. This spray, the body knows exactly what to do with it. It's more than bioavailable. It was created for us. It will send it immediately to where your body needs it. So some people, it goes straight to their liver and their kidneys. Some people will go straight to their brain. Some people to their heart. It will immediately go on a rescue mission in the body and completely, start to work where it's needed.
And that's because, and this brings up a misconception. I'm seeing a lot of people asking this question. They think that they hear plant and sometimes think it's actual the plant, but it's the molecule. And they're like, what if I have a reaction? I get what's the word? Not a reaction, but allergic. Yeah, allergic. So that doesn't happen with this, right?
No, there are no contraindications. If you're allergic to, let's say, red clover, or you're allergic to garlic, it doesn't matter. The 1 or 2 molecules and frequency they took out of those have no allergens, no oxalates. This is a particle and a frequency. So like I have a friend who's very, very allergic to sulfur and garlic. She can take this no problem.
No problem.
Because it doesn't have any of those allergens in it. We're helping a baby with this right now. Anything with blood can take this completely safely.
That's amazing. And that's so awesome. And that's a big misconception I see. So I'm glad we touched on that, because it's sometimes you hear plant and you think, oh my gosh, like I'm going to be allergic to that, or, you know.
Yep.
So let's see. So what signs do you see when someone's body is moving towards balance versus moving towards friction?
That's a good question. Wow. These are great questions, Scoob.
Thank you.
So what I would see would be less anxiety. I'm seeing people cry a few months into this. They're having a lot of emotional releases because our blood holds trauma.
Yeah.
Massive, and our fascia holds trauma and grief, loss, fear. All those things can come out as your body is recovering. That's going to start coming out, and let it flow. So that's where the flow comes in. Let it flow. Let your body get back to where it's supposed to. Yeah. We're not just like this, stressed out and Wi-Fi and all this. Let yourself feel again. Let that anxiety just dissipate. The depression will go away. Mm-hmm. The heart will slow down. The nervous system will slow down. The blood pressure will come down. And you're just going to feel like the way you're supposed to feel again.
Yeah. And so in that process, you can maybe feel a little anxious, or not anxious, scared in a sense, because it's going to be new feelings for you, right? Like it's going to be, but it is stuff that's just letting go. And you got to like, hey, like you're already probably feeling anxious and different things from the bad part of it. This is anxious that builds towards the flow, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Let it go. Like, so there's something called retracing, which means, let's for instance say, I had a lady who got her ear. She was walking in the woods and a stick went in her ear and punctured her eardrum like 20 years ago. Yeah. And she got through it and all that. She's always had problems with her ear. Well, the spray went right to her ear and she felt her ear vibrating. I've had other people who had a collapsed lung and she felt her lung being worked on. But there was pain in the ear during the spray, but then it dissipated. But what that was the microcirculation being opened up back into those scar tissue areas and the swollen areas, and then it relieved. So sometimes healing does not look like that. Like healing is not linear.
Yes.
So you got to let yourself, like, there's going to be ebbs and flows. You're going to have some symptoms during that process, but please know that this is for your higher good. It cannot harm you at all. So no matter what's happening, it's your body's way of recalibrating.
I love that. It reminds me of a video I just watched the other day. This guy said, here's healing. And he draws a line like this. And he goes, and here's how it goes. You start. And then he goes, and he goes, and he just starts whipping.
Yes.
And then he goes, and then he comes back to being, he goes, here. Then he goes, and by the end, it's this thing. It's just chaos,
Yeah. And you got to be careful not to quit and give up, because you will go through some stuff during your recovery, and it's just part of the journey.
Yes. And that just reminded me of something brand new to me that you just said right there that hit me. So I've also been having these issues where I go numb down through here and these electrical pains. And it's crazy. In the very beginning, it just hit me like just now. I took the spray and I noticed this tingling like down through here. And I was like,
it's working on it. It's working.
I know. And I was like, I will admit, freaked me out at first because I didn't know if it was something new coming up in there. And it only happened one time, the very first time that I sprayed it in. Actually, a couple more times after that, but it was way lighter. And I never said that to you or brought that up. It just hit me. So so there it was. It was actually opening that up for me, which I've been having tremendously better.
Keep going. Your body recognized that there was an issue there, whether it was a clogged type of circulation there or some scarring. There was something there that it went to work on.
I freaking love it. I love it so much. Let's grab the next one then. Let me see. Okay. Why do you think so many people are suddenly paying attention to energy, circulation, and blood health right now?
So number one, because we're damaged. We're injured.
Yeah.
and we're all injured in some sort of capacity.
Yeah.
And so we're more aware of it. We're being made, I think we're in a great awakening
Yeah.
with all the bioweapons, and we have a very small few people in the world that want the rest of us not to be here.
Yeah.
And so they're doing everything possible to make that happen.
Yeah.
But we're, God's waking us up. So because this was a gain of function bioweapon, it the enemy knows exactly how to attack us through our blood. It's our life force.
Yeah.
So I think it's time. It's just time. Like the old way, they promised to do no harm and they lied. And now we are not going back there. This is a whole different paradigm shift. We're not going back to being harmed anymore. And we're looking back to nature and sound and frequency and plants and God and all these beautiful things that they used to do to get better and stay well. We're going back that way.
Amen. And it's just, we said it in the beginning, we touched on this in the beginning of this podcast, this live, but we're waking up. Like you can only be sick you start to say like, why am I like this? Why I'm overweight? You were brainwashed into believing that these foods were good for you. And so just these corporations could make tons of money. I mean, what did I just see the other day? The pharmaceutical industries have I forget how, I'm going to have this hack this all up, but something basically like all these medicines for how long and not one cure in like how many years. And people are waking up. This is not working. Why do I get sicker when I take this medicine I'm trying to take this medicine to help this one thing, but it brings on 80 other side effects. It's just a money making bullshit thing. And people are
waking up. It's a mess. It's absolute mess to take a pharmaceutical that has so many side effects and it's band-aiding it. It's not getting to the root cause. I always say that they should call this the root cause because this gets right to the root. And if you go and you ask your doctor, what's my root cause? They're going to be offended.
And they're offended, isn't it?
They're offended that you actually are aware enough to ask that.
Because isn't that crazy?
It's
like,
crazy.
Are you kidding
Their
me?
job is to match your symptom with a pill. And that throws them out of that ability to do that.
Exactly. And guess what they do next? Oh, you're having these side effects because of that pill. Oh, you got to take this pill. Oh, wait, now this pill reduces that side effect. And you're up on 90 pills and you're wondering why you have no energy. You're just a vicious circle. It's
bad. It's actually a spirit. It's called pharmakia, and that is the Greek origin for pharmaceuticals. And it's actually in the Bible that the great merchants of the world deceive many through their pharmakia. And so we have to get away from that.
Yes, we do. And we are, and people like me and you are on the forefront here, really trying to just get this just as best we can, right?
Absolutely. We're just getting the word out. Every voice matters to wake the people up.
Absolutely.
There's a better way. Yeah.
100%. All right, let's get the next one. Okay, so how does stress, fear, and constant information overload affect the body's ability to heal and self-regulate?
I think people get in a trauma loop, and I think that doom scrolling will it's like you said, grounding, getting out in nature, unplugging a little bit. Yep. And just remembering that we're hijacked by our screens. Here we are on screens, but there's some people that are 24 hours a day on their screens. And I think it's important for balance to people to make sure you're getting a lot of water with minerals every day. Yep. Pure sea salt minerals with water. We are electrical beings. So you know how the doctors say to us, don't take any salt. Salt's bad for you. But the minute you get sick, they put you in the hospital. What do they hook you up to? They hook you up to a bag of salt. And then suddenly you feel great. Yeah. So mineral salt water is super important for the body to keep our electrical charge up, keeping this frequency spray in us, and eating clean, real food, getting good sleep, just stepping back into what matters.
Absolutely. And I could speak on this myself just a little bit because this is part of my story where how I met you and everything through Julie, because I was building online businesses, website and stuff. And I was on this computer. Sometimes I first thing in the morning, my brain be going, I jump on, it's 7 a.m, 6 a.m. And sometimes I'd look down and be like, oh my gosh, it's like 6 p.m. And this thing had started just destroying my life. And this was not me doom scrolling or anything. This is me working, but the just being on this computer, it's in crazy. And Julia McCoy, who we're good friends with, talks a lot about this too. And it just how it just started to really affect my body. And one of the biggest changes that helped me was, first of all, the iHercules, without a doubt, and I want to say this just so people understand, don't think when we say this that it's your table salt that you get from,
No.
you have to get a good high quality pink Himalayan salt. Like there's one from Redmond. I'm not even associated with them, but it's out of Utah. They mine it right in Utah. You can find it just on Amazon or wherever. And I think even like Walmart's and Martin different, I don't know who else watching this, but anyhow, you get that salt. That's the salt you need. I've been every morning taken with water. I offer, it's in the Bible, salt on every offering.
Yes.
Every offering.
Yeah.
Right? And so
Salt's huge. Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's huge. And you won't believe the impact you'll see in your life when you just start doing that alone, right?
Yep.
The other
They're
thing
so mineral depleted. It's not
so
even
mineral depleted. The other thing I could say is, and if you're interested in this, I've been giving it to a lot of people free, a morning protocol I've been taking. It's real simple. It's just a really high quality olive oil, not something you just buy from. It's got to be one sourced, the really high quality salt, key limes or limes, just a touch of cayenne pepper. Now I learned this from an actual doctor, believe it or not, because it's the only good one I found when I had my blood clot. And you mix them together and you take it on an empty stomach in the morning. The key limes give you unbelievable amounts of minerals too. Olive oil just does so many good things for you.
amazing.
It's good olive oil. Of course, the salt, the cayenne pepper will just open. And so here's my protocol in the morning: 4 sprays. I wait about 15 minutes and I take that drink.
Love
and
it.
I'm telling you, you can feel your stuff opening up.
Mhm.
So if you want that and you're watching this, comment below and I'll send you that. I've created a Google Doc. I can, because a lot of people are asking how much cayenne pepper, how much this, and so I'll send that over to you. But yeah,
That's awesome.
that opens up your body and then you will start healing with that alone. Right.
Love that so much.
Yeah. Okay. So, when you look at protocols like iHercules, what role do you see them playing in the bigger whole body approach? We kind of been talking about that.
Yeah, but I do believe the future is this. We're just starting out with this product. I started it's been a year now.
Yeah.
I believe this is going to be a household name. And we have 19 patents on this for the extraction technology. So it's never going to be replicated. There will never be anything else like this. It is not a bunch of plants mixed together in a spray. That has nothing. It's not it. It is a technology. And they've extracted, again, the highest vibrating, highest light, highest frequency molecules of a plant, just 2 or 3 per plant. And they've taken the frequency and the particle and put them in this sublingual spray that goes under the tongue and cleans the blood. So this is going to be a household name going forward. And I believe that we are on top of something enormous.
I agree with you 100%. I love how you said that, because it's breaking down a lot of things that make you think like, what is this exactly? You know what I mean? And that just really answered the question for me, even too, being I'm new into this as well. And for a lot of people, I think they're going to wonder. Okay, let's go to the next one. What does supporting the body naturally actually mean in real life? Not theory, but daily practice.
Exercise, communication, don't bottle up emotions. Like we've talked about, grounding, good food, good sleep, just getting back to the basics and taking care of your body again.
Absolutely. And I think with the advent of AI, whatever, that's a whole darn rabbit hole, but all this stuff, I think it's also getting back outside in nature.
Yeah.
Like just simply get outside. Like it's unbelievable to me that I didn't realize in the past how God would speak to me when I just go for a walk, when I'm outside. The unbelievable, awesome ideas that come to me, and I used to look at it like it was just, but I realize now it's God speaking to me. I'm the most calm. I'm peaceful. When you want to hear God, you got to, right. And when I'm in nature, it's there. It's all there. I mean, just to get outside and walk, get away from the screen. It's huge. It's huge.
And you're right. When you quiet your mind and ask God to speak and you just really listen, you'll get a word from him. Yeah, and our minds go so fast. Sometimes we don't hear him.
Yes. And we're so inundated with these phones that we instantly pick them up, and you're never going to hear it then anyhow, or your brain's thinking there's so many things where you just got to like let it go for a second. Just be still, be calm,
Be still. That's right. Love that.
Be peaceful. So,
Be
all right.
peaceful.
How do mindset, belief, and nervous system regulation tie into physical flow and healing?
Okay, so the nervous system dysregulation is part of the bioweapon. It specifically attacks the nervous system. So a lot of people are in fight or flight, and a lot of people are suffering with severe anxiety right now. And it's not emotional. It's not a trauma based. It's medical. Like your nervous system is under attack. You are poisoned. So it is a matter of unpoisoning yourself, and your autonomic nervous system, your nervous system, your vagus nerve and all that can heal. It can heal, but it has to have clean blood. You cannot out supplement dirty blood. So when you've got dirty blood, you can't heal. It's just that simple. And by cleaning our blood, and you're in the beginning of this, Scoop, I've been doing it a year, but with clean blood, we are very intelligent creatures. Our bodies can regenerate themselves. So, you know, when you give blood, your body makes new blood. When you cut your hair, your body grows more hair, your nails, your liver can regenerate. Like, we can regenerate. I was on a Zoom last night where a 70-year-old lost a tooth, has been on the spray and regrew a tooth.
Wow.
I have never in my life.
Yeah, so. Mind blown. So I understand. So I can touch on this as well, because I was stuck in this flight or fight because of medical PTSD, which then just exacerbated, is going crazy because of being online. I know I had heavy metals in me, the brain fog, and it just compounded upon me. And there's no way to heal when you're in that state. There's just no way. It's never going to happen. And you have to start to peel. You know, I think there was an old saying that said, dude, I was so bad, I made the onions cry. I had to peel so many layers, I made the onions cry. You know what I mean?
I love that. You got to address the root. And that's the name of our website, addresstheroot.com, if you want to go look and read about it, and then give Scoob a call or message him if you want to go forward with the sprays. But if you'll go to addresstheroot.com, you'll see testimonies there, and you'll see a little bit of the science. And, you know, if you don't address the root cause, you're right, you won't heal.
You won't heal. Absolutely not. And that vagus nerve is something you touched on as well. I'd like to say real quick too, as well, that I started working that with different breath work techniques and just different ways to move the neck, because I've been on the spray, and oh my gosh, the difference that has made, because it just blocks that vagus nerve so up, which is the connection to the heart, to the stomach, to all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah. It's, if you're having gastro problems and heart problems, oh my gosh, the vagus nerve, your sleep, like your body stops telling you to go to sleep. It's all your vagal tone is off.
Yeah. So let's get everybody out of this flight or fight. Let's start there, because that starts to dissipate. Then, oh my gosh, you can now open the room to heal, right?
That's it. 100%. That's
so
it.
We're on the last question.
Yeah.
So if someone's listening today and feels overwhelmed, tired, or off, but doesn't want to, one extreme, what's one grounded step they can take towards more flow? Well,
I would say get on the spray.
Absolutely.
There are a couple different bundles. This is when I first started last February, Scoob, I thought there's no spray that's going to help me. I'm so sick. There's nothing, but I trusted God, because I had preceded this with a prayer, and he just always comes through. And I hear this, I'm sure you do, over and over. I've been praying, and all of a sudden this. So I was like, I'm just going to flow with it. I ordered it and immediately started feeling a shift. And now I'm a year in, I'm like, it's totally a different person. But you're in the beginning of that journey. But I would say Revelation 22:2 in the Bible says the green leaves of the plants are for the healing of the nations. We're literally walking out Revelation. Like, this is a scriptural thing. So trust God's word, trust the spray, start there. And like you said, salt, lots of salt, minerals, rich salt water, and exercise, getting back on, and then you're going to get your life back. You can heal.
Absolutely. And that's what I love about this spray too. I was in the same position, praying to God, and then the doors open. I've been hearing that like crazy too. And I'm was super skeptical. You know that because I've tried all this other stuff that you see online. I've tried it all, and you're burnt out with it. You're like, here's just another gimmick. This is what your mind thinks because you've been trained that way because nothing works.
Nothing.
And like, oh my gosh, like as soon as I started this, I seen everything just come down. And what happens, what we just talked about in the last question, and what we're talking about, when this dissipates and comes down a little bit, this now opens you up to start the salts and the grounding and the healing, and it all makes this 1,000% better. So
Totally.
I agree 100%. Start with the spray because this is going to be the foundation that's going to clean everything out, which is this blood. And then it just, I mean, the testimonials I'm even getting already from the people that I've helped with this it's just unbelievable. They're like,
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
and they're vibrating higher. This vibrates at 850 hertz, which is love.
Oh,
so
really?
we've got people that are elderly, that are grumpy old people, and they're literally happy again. Like,
I love this.
Guy who goes, "I'm ready to play golf again."
I love this.
I know. Like, you will literally, you're raising your entire frequency. It's awesome.
I love that. That's something I learn something new all the time about this.
Yep.
I'm having my own experience by feeling good, but that is so cool. Like the frequency of love, it vibrates on that frequency.
It vibrates on the frequency of love.
That is so freaking
That
cool.
That's why you feel the way you're feeling on
no wonder I spray. I'm like, I love everybody. Let's go.
I know. It's awesome.
That's so freaking awesome. Well, that's it for today. I think we covered a lot today. I think it's amazing. So, I mean, if you want to jump on this spray, which, you should definitely do, you can reach out to me. My email is mx like Michael xylophone, Michael x-ray scoob@gmail.com. You can call me 814-330-2058. Any way you can get a hold of me, send me a DM right below this, drop a message, drop a comment below this video. And actually, like you said, Ash, too, we can all jump on a 3-way call. If anybody wants to jump on a 3-way call with me and Ash,
absolutely. Let us know your symptoms and we can help you for sure.
Absolutely. And we'll 100% do that. Just drop a comment even just below this video. I watch all the comments. I reach out to everybody. I will say this. I noticed a lot of people that they're looking for help. They'll drop a comment and I'll reach out to them in Messenger. And what happens, Facebook has been blocking some, just because we might not be friends or it's just a new message, and they've been getting real strict on the messengers. So you got to look in either your spam or your new message request, because it was unbelievable to me how many people were like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I looked over here and there you were. I would have never even, I wanted this, but had no idea where to even turn after this,
Exactly. Do you have a link or something where people can sign up?
Oh, I do. Actually, I do. Yeah. Let me,
That's awesome.
Let me
that way they can
that.
check out the bundles and pick the one they want.
Absolutely.
We're going to want to do 12 sprays a day, guys. 4 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, and 4 in the maybe early evening. Gives you energy, but keep it under the tongue. It's going to cross the blood brain. It's going to start working to your highest good immediately.
Absolutely. And it's trying to bring this link up, but and honestly, I never even I didn't even start that way, because I told Ash I was kind of skeptical, and but it didn't matter. It still worked for me. I didn't even load in that loading phase,
Yep. Some people want to just kind of go up slowly and see how they do with it. But remember, it's food. It's molecular food. And it just happens to open up your microcirculation, which causes pathogens to get out. And it increases your oxygen, increases your stem cell production by 300%. And it actually biologically reverse ages you. If you've ever taken a biological age test with your blood, people are reverse aging 20 plus years. So including the lady that was on that video. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's so awesome. And that just touched on something else that I noticed too, that I didn't even bring up earlier in this podcast, is my skin. Oh my gosh. Like the feeling I had on my skin was like, this is freaking amazing. So I just dropped the comment there. You can see it below. It's in the link now. It says more flow, less friction igniter. And it says clean blood. That's the link. If someone wants to reach out to you, how do they contact you, Ash?
No, this is about you, but I'm here to support you. And if they want to follow me on Facebook, my name is Ash Liberty on Facebook, like the Liberty Bell. And I'm just, I'm always posting about just different things. But yeah, get with Scoob, and anything we can help you with, just let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. And like I said, if you want to jump on a 3-way call with us, absolutely. We'll do it. Just reach out to me and I'll make sure that happens. But all right, Ash, I thank you so much for coming on today. I super appreciate it. Thank you for answering them questions. I learned so much myself today because I'm still a new user myself here.
Yeah.
And boy, the things I've even learned myself today through this podcast has been freaking awesome, especially the frequency of love.
The frequency of love, man. I mean, that's impactful. So, but
Absolutely.
I thank you for having me on. I love hanging out and talking. And this is just our wheelhouse, right? So
it is. And actually, let's say this before we jump off real quick. Hey, if anybody wants to, if you got more questions, you want me and Ash to jump on even another podcast that's just a Q&A.
yeah.
We've been talking about saying we're going to do that. We'll do it. No problem. Just send me your questions and we'll jump on another podcast anytime. And we'll just actually do a whole Q&A on this, right? Anybody can join and it would be awesome. So reach out. I'll get you hooked up. I'll get you helped out. I appreciate it. Awesome, Ash. Thank you so much. Another amazing show. And
Awesome.
Talk soon. We'll see you.
Bye, guys. Peace. Thank you.
Peace.
Appreciate
Yep.
you.
See
Bye.
you later. Bye.